I want to use this time as kind of a Q&A, like where are you stuck in your business? What do you need help with? What are your wins of the week? That all of that is so important when you're building a business, okay? And I'm going to start incentivizing these calls for the people that show up and get plugged in. I'm going to give each person 5 leads that shows up to the call. So I'm going to give you 5 leads. That's their name, their email, their phone number, their interest level. These are phone verified leads. So they've already been talked to by somebody else on the phone. And I will give you a script on how to talk to them as well. So basically, you're going to get on the phone with them, or you can text them, however you want to reach out. You can email them. You can send them a video email, right? You can literally use these leads every week to build your list. So I'm going to be continuing to get them for our team so that we can just fast track a lot faster. So obviously, we want to start with our warm market. But if you're like me, like if you're like me and you get started in network marketing, MLM, and you're like, I don't know if I want to tell my mom about this, like I feel kind of weird, presenting it to my closest friends and family. That was me, especially when I didn't have a track record of success yet, so it becomes a little bit difficult. So I actually love going to my cold market, which look at this background. It's so crazy. My cold market, which is people that don't know me. And that really gave me an edge because I could be whoever I wanted to be. I didn't have to be, if you know people for a long time, sometimes it's like, you start talking in big language like, oh, I recently partnered with a global communications company that's done over, 100 million in sales, that just relaunched 6 months ago. They're going to be like, what are you talking about? Shut up. Just tell me the truth. Like people that know you, I feel is kind of like that. I'm not saying don't reach out to your warm market. Obviously, you should reach out to your warm market because there's a good chance that your warm market would actually be interested in this. But once you burn through that initial list, you reach out to everybody, then you have to start feeding that list again. So a few ways of doing that obviously is through social media. But again, most people don't have followings. Most people have not used Facebook or Instagram in terms of business mode. Most of us are on there just consuming content. I mean, just honestly, it's a great tool. Obviously, social media is massive for building your list, getting into networking groups and things like that. But it also feels very crowded, right? And it's hard to sometimes just sort through all the conversations. So I definitely use social media in terms of lead generation, but I also buy leads. Because I know that if I can get my script down, if I talk to enough people, I'm going to convert sales. So what I'm going to do for our team is buy leads for our team. Just for our team, right? Not for the whole company, obviously. So if you're a straggler and you're on a different team, I'm going to check before I give you leads. You can come in and get my trainings for sure, but leads is for our team. So I'm willing to share with you guys on that. So here is also the deal. I feel like people don't answer their phones anymore, right? So when you are reaching out to these leads, you want to make sure you're sending an email, a text, and a phone call, right? You want to do all 3 of those things, and you want to follow up. So sometimes it takes a couple, times before you reach them. But the leads that I'm buying, like I said, are people that are already interested. They're already interested. Some people are ready to get started. They don't know the opportunity yet. They were on a generic BizOp, page. So you can call them and literally start the conversation like this, like, hey, Suzanne, I saw that you were on one of my websites, interested in looking to make additional income online. Is that still the case? Or actually, I wouldn't even say that. I would say, how can I help you? Honestly, like, how can I help you? So you're the consultant, right? You're not a salesperson on the phone. You're just trying to figure out if this is a good fit or not. And again, I will drop the phone lead scripts in our chat. I'm going to put it in a file so it's nice and easy for you guys to use it. I can throw in some text scripts as well. But contacting leads is all about posture and not taking the stance where we're trying to convince anybody. We're just trying to see how we can help them and what they're looking for. So I'm going to get on the phone and just, right away. Hey, I saw you're on one of my websites looking to make additional income online. What is it that you were looking for? So I want to get as much information out of them as I can. And so they're going to say something like, oh yeah, I'm just, I'm really trying to make an additional $500-600 a month. Okay, perfect. Are there any other opportunities that you've tried in the past that maybe didn't work for you? This is important because you want to know right up front, are you an MLM hater? Are you, and even if they are, it's okay. We can still convert them. But you want to get as much information as possible, right out the gates, because whatever they tell you, you're going to tailor it to them, right? So can I ask you, what do you do for your normal 9 to 5, or do you have a 9 to 5? I'm a teacher, but summer months are really slow. We don't get as much money or whatever in the summer months. So I'm looking for something that can supplement my income. Okay, perfect. So I recently partnered with a global communications platform that specializes in helping teachers fill the gap in their income during summer months. If you're interested, I can give you the information, send you a short video to watch, and we can see if this is a good fit for you. We're basically using just a technology that doesn't exist anywhere else. And if you're already an email user, it's something that you can do to create additional income. Boom. So we're going to keep it super generic, super simple. We're not going to be like, sorry, I'm getting a call. D9. We're not going to be like, all you have to do is just build 2 teams. No, we're not going straight into binary conversation. None of that. We're just super, super generic. Now, if you get a hot lead on the phone, right, and they're like, yeah, like I'm ready to sign up, perfect. Obviously, you're going to say, I'm going to send you my website right now. This is going to take you no more than 15 minutes to get enrolled. I'm going to give you a call back in 15 minutes so that we can set up your blueprint for success. So we are not leaving them after we get the sale. Now we're going to do a further consultation to onboard them onto the team. Now, if you're brand new and you're on here today, simple onboarding. Like, I actually have never been a part of a company before that actually has everything dialed in. So like at all, like I've just, I've been into the same company for the last 10 years, but we had to build everything, ourselves. So this is actually really amazing and easy. If you're just new and getting started and getting onboarded, first of all, there's already a back office, platform walkthrough, so you can say, here's a couple things I'm going to show you. And you can do this with them on Zoom, or we can do it here. But if you're brand new, just take a look at the videos and the resources in your back office. Please take a look at the FAQ. And of course, I want to make sure that you're going to get paid. So what we're going to do right out the gates is I'm going to help you set up your commissions so that they go to the right place. I'm building this vision for them like it's tangible. We have a tangible blueprint. We have tangible commissions that are going to be coming to your bank account, right? And then, of course, you're going to begin to dream build with them. Now, I want to get to know you a little bit more. What is the biggest reason why you want to do this? Most people want to have more time. Most people want to have more income. But why? Why do you want to do that? What is your heart set on that you're maybe not being able to do right now? Maybe you want to travel all over the world and not have to worry about if you're going to get stuck in a country and run out of money or something. Like, that's what I'd be thinking. Maybe you want to build a house from scratch, or maybe you want to start your farm, or whatever. Like, whatever the case is, we want to get them dialed in and thinking about their vision and their goal and what they really want to achieve. This is so important because I guarantee you they're going to come out the gates fired up, right? After these calls, oh my God, I'm so excited. I just started a new business, right? And they're going to be fired up for like 2 days. They're going to start reaching out to people. They're going to experience their first rejection. They're going to start hearing all the objections that maybe they didn't even think to give you. Right? You're going to get the same objections because that's just part of the business. That's just part of sales. You're going to get that. So you have to walk them through some of those things, like in terms of, some people are going to say, oh, email's dead. I don't even check my email. Like, some people are going to say that, right? And you're going to say, yeah, that's great. And I have a reason most people don't check their emails because they all look the same. So what we're doing is a little bit different, and it really creates an edge, and it can also be integrated with social media. So, and if you don't want to build a team, that's fine. Maybe you want to casually refer, but either way, this is the fastest way to building the income that you said that you want to create in your life. And really, I don't know anywhere else in the world that pays you within 60 seconds of your commissions. You can go start an e-commerce Shopify store, but guess what? Now you're gonna have to contact suppliers to get on your store. You're gonna have to do web design to get it running, right? You're gonna have to do customer service. You got to do all these things. So yeah, there's other online businesses out there, but none of them are gonna be done for you, right? This is the easiest thing out there because all you have to do is talk to people, put them in the system, and plug in and go. So that is literally the reason why I chose Talk Fusion, because I wanted the least amount of resistance. I don't want to have to spend my whole life on this deal, right? Like I have other interests and other things I'm doing, very busy. I'm a brand builder. Like I help companies build brands. So I want to be able to do this and have no roadblocks, no speed bumps. I just want to plug people into the jet so they can fly. So I'm going to keep these trainings super, short to the point. You guys, if you have questions for me, right now, this is your chance to drop it in the chats. Don't be shy. You can say anything. If you have an objection you don't know how to handle, drop it in the chat. Like this is our team call. This is just for us. It's not a company-wide training or anything like that. If you're stuck somewhere, these are the calls that you need to plug into and plug your team into. So if you're out there and you're signing people up, you have a green apple on your team. The green apple is like the people that get analysis paralysis. Like they need to understand how every button in the back office works before they're going to recruit anyone. We get people like that. Okay, so you're going to say, yeah, absolutely. What we're going to do now is we're going to focus on your list and contacting your list. And for all the questions and everything you have, we're going to plug you right into our team training every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern. That's your opportunity to ask as many questions as you want. Plug them in. You don't have to be the expert. So the other thing I want to say is really about is the edification piece of this, the three-way call piece of this. This is so important, especially if you've never built a check before in network marketing, if you don't have a brand yet, if you don't have a big following. This is really, really important. And it's going to sound like I have an ego. I'm sorry, but this is the gold that you have on the team right now. And I'm just telling you this because when I got started in network marketing, really in 2014, my last company, we first got started, I didn't have a check story. I didn't have nothing. Like I was just a random person. I just came out of insurance. I had to leverage my upline story to get people interested. I had to leverage my upline's success in order to prove that I had a bridge to success, right? Because nobody would believe me. At the time I was driving a Ford Fusion, I was literally thinking about maybe I should be an Uber driver. Like life was tough back then. You know what I mean? Like it was not easy. And for sure, anybody that knew me was like, we already know you're not killing it. So what do you mean you're going to be a millionaire now? Like, shut up, Jenna. Like that's how I started. So I had to leverage my upline story. It's not about me. I'm just the messenger, right? I'm not the rock star. I'm the messenger. So when you first get started, you need to have that mindset. It also makes it easier for you to talk to people because you're kind of thinking of yourself more like I'm just the appointment setter, right? I'm the appointment setter. That's it. When you come in, you don't have a check yet. You're an appointment setter. That's what you're going to be doing. And here's how it works. You're going to reach out to people, whatever script you feel most comfortable using that sounds most natural in your tone of voice. I like to have normal conversations first before I use a script. I find that just blasting scripts usually don't convert. So I'm going to have a normal conversation first. I use my scripts more so when they're like a little interested and they want to know more. That's boom, partner with a global communications company. That's when my scripts come in. But you're going to reach out to people, right? And as soon as you send that I'm a global whatever, okay, I want more information. Okay, great. Watch this video. I would also like to introduce you to my business partner and my mentor. Now, this is where this segue to the three-way call comes in. And you guys all have my calendar right now. So if you're not using it yet to put your, best and brightest together in there, you're not leveraging all the tools that you have for this business and for this team specifically, right? So my story, quick story, and I dropped my bio in our team chat, not because I'm like, dun, 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 look at me. Like, it's not about that. It's because you have to leverage your upline story. Like, literally, that's what it is. So you're going to say to your prospects, I am partnered with one of the top earning network marketing females in the world, right? Or whatever you want to say. Read my bio. It's okay. She's helped create over 15 millionaires, over 25 six-figure income earners that literally had $100 to their name and they became a millionaire. Like, I have done it all, right? So I'm working with this individual, this woman. She's extremely busy. She's only taking a few more people on the team to really work with personally, right? I might be able to get her on the phone and she'll be able to dive in on, how we can get you to where you want to be. Now, here's the deal. Even if you go after people that are already successful, right? Let's say they're making $50,000 a month. Okay. Would you like to know how to make $1 million a month? Would you like to make $200,000 a month, right? Well, I can put you in touch with somebody that's already done that, right? So you need to leverage that story. It's not about me. I don't care. Like, I don't, it's not about me. It's about leveraging a success story that you can bridge into your business, right? And most of the time, just by them hearing that, they're going to say, okay, so you're backed by somebody that's going to walk you through this, and they feel more comfortable signing up, right? Because they have somebody else that's done it before, documented, and that they can leverage as well. You're going to teach them to use that story too. Now, the cool thing is, right, is like, after you use my story enough times and I do enough calls with you, you're going to hear how I am talking to them. You're going to hear how I'm selling the business, how I'm presenting, and how I'm closing sales, right? You're going to hear that, and you're going to hear that enough times. You're going to think, I can do this better. I can do this on my own. I don't need her anymore. I can do this on my own. You do that enough times, I close sales for you, right? You're going to start to have a check that you can leverage. So now you get to say, now you can say, I worked with my mentor who's created 15 millionaires, whatever. And she's helped me create, 5 figures my first month in this business. You don't have to be like specific. You can just say whatever, she's helped me create a comma check in my first month. Now you have a story, right? Now you have your own story. So now you're going to build upon that. And success loves speed. So if you're not running like your hair's on fire, it's not sexy to say I created, I made $2,000 my first year. Like, who's going to get excited about that? Like, we want to get our evidence in there right away, right? So you can start saying that. So I remember when I started MDC, I had to leverage Josh's story. Like, he was my upline. I didn't have any other upline, right? Speak of the devil. He's calling me right now. Okay, D9. He must have heard. His ears were ringing. I had to leverage his story. And then I leveraged mine. So my first month in MDC, my last company, I hit 25K affiliate. I did 49,000 in sales. I didn't have a big following, nothing. I just was a hustler about getting on the phone with people, right? So after I had my story, then I was like, I could leverage that. I didn't need him anymore. I didn't need my handheld anymore. So it's so important to do this, you guys. This is literally the core of MLM. It's in our presentations. It's everywhere. So don't hesitate to reach out. Don't hesitate to leverage the support system that you actually have here. Now we have other rock stars on our team. It's not just me. So whoever you're connected to, you can do the same thing with them as well. So with that being said, I need to see who is on this call, actually. And so I can give you guys some leads. All right, one sec. How do I find out who's in here? That's the chat. I don't need the chat. I need the participants. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to just quickly screenshot everybody who's on the call right now. One sec, guys. Okay, if you don't have your name in here, like I see each person on this call, there's 14 people. I think I can give you guys at least 5 leads each, right? And if you are struggling at all with the leads that I dropped to you, let's talk about it in our team chat, and I can help you kind of navigate through that. All right. In fact, I was actually thinking maybe next week we do some live lead dials together. I can just get on the phone right on Zoom and just do it. The thing is it takes some time to reach people. So we could be just trying a lot of numbers, but hey, it might be worth it. So anyway, if you're on here today, you want your leads, send me an email right now, Jenna@jennazwagil.com. Subject leads. So it doesn't go, I don't get it lost in my inbox. and I will drop you guys some leads for today. Now, what I want you to do is I need you guys to get people excited. Whoever's on your team right now, we need to get excited. We got to put some good energy into this. I promise you guys, I built my last empire. It was pure energy. Like I didn't even know what I was doing. Like, let me just tell you, it was ignorance on fire, right? It was like good vibes all over the place. So we have to be that point of attraction. You will attract the people that is meant for you on your team. And if you get a no, it's because their energy is not matching your energy. And that's okay, because you don't want to have a customer service team anyway. So if they tell you no, it's all right. You know, you only really want to work with people that are going to build this thing with or without you, right? So if you have to beg them to build or beg them to join, you got to beg them to build. So you want to get people that are ready to go. So you guys can leverage this. If you got people on your team right now, say, hey, you got to get on a team training next week, all right? You got to get on the mindset trainings every Tuesday, because we got to cleanse our mind every week. We got to reset. I mean, it's so important. You got to get your people plugged in. And if you guys plug in, Jenna has special lead drops for the people that attend the calls. All right, guys. So I'm going to leave it at that. I love you guys, and I will see you again here next week, next Wednesday. But, of course, I'll be in the chats if you need anything before that. All right, guys. You have a good rest of your week. The cycle ends on Sunday. So if you hit bronze or gold or silver, whatever you did, please let me know in the chat so I can shout you out. I don't have like a rank report very easily. I only see my personals. So you guys let me know if you're hitting ranks and how close you are to hitting your next week. All right, guys. We'll see you back in the chats. Have a good rest of your day. Bye, guys.